7 levels of photography, but everyone starts from level 1. Let's talk about it. So, level 1 starts here, and so we all started here. In some ways, we are all here at level 1. Level 1 refers to anyone who shoots on their phone. Don't really put too much thought into shooting with the phone. You might use maybe your creative filters. Yeah, well, basic shooting with your phone. Most people that shoot on this level might not even know what their phone has manual controls. Typically, a pro mode that would put them maybe on a level 1.5. But yeah, level 1 is phone shooting, and images that come out from a phone, they will differ depending on the type of phone you're using. Flagship phones will give you better results than your dililis, and so yeah, that's level 1. Level 2, so you decide Guti, no man, this phone life is limiting you, and you want to take your photography game to the next level. And so what do? You decide to get yourself a camera. And so this is where you start playing with the big boys, level 2. And with level 2 is where people shoot on auto mode. I like to describe them when I'm shooting. I like to describe them as when I'm shooting. There's uncles that will approach me, and then they will ask me, what camera is this that you are shooting with? My son, I also have one at home. I bought it, from my trip. I bought it in Santia. It has a lens, And so sometimes the pictures come out right, sometimes they come out very fine. I don't know why. And so the reason for this is that most people at this level basically shoot in the camera's pre-programmed auto mode. And so at this level, you shoot with your camera for the sake of shooting with your camera, but don't actually tinker and find out on how best you can control your camera. This is level 2. You decide to hit up a few tutorials. You hit up the University of YouTube, watch a few tutorials on how to best control your camera mode, get your camera settings, you start practicing, and then at some point you go from shooting at auto mode and you start shooting in manual mode. This, ladies and gentlemen, is level 3, shooting in manual mode. Now you have mastered, or you have mastered the basics of the exposure triangle: aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. It is at this level that sets you apart from a basic amateur or someone with a camera, and you start considering yourself as a serious photographer. At this point, you might even consider deciding taking photography seriously and more than just a hobby, and maybe consider taking bookings or shooting commercially. This is level 3. At this point, you may have a good grasp of shooting conditions, how best to shoot in daylight, how best to shoot in low light situations, how best to shoot indoors, outdoors, different types of weather. But there's still something missing, like your shots are not popping, they are not getting to that level of your favorite photographer that you look up to. What's the missing thing? Level 4 is where you start learning about types of compositions, rules of third, the golden ratio, the Fibonacci ratio. You start learning about manipulating your light. So you start picking up on the best times to shoot. So when you're shooting portraits outdoor, you no longer shoot at 12 o'clock. You shoot at sunrise, or you shoot them at sunset. You start picking up on these things. You start learning to manipulate light as well. So you start with your 3-in-1 or 5-in-1 reflector to help your portraits pop. Yeah, but this is level 4, mastering your composition, rule of thirds, leading lines, so on and so forth, and learning how to manipulate your light and learning the best conditions for shooting certain compositions. This is level 4, composition and framing. Level 5, flash basics. So this is where you start using artificial lighting. You buy your first speed light, as the built-in camera flash does not cut it. It makes your pictures look like ass. And so this is the game changer for you. You start learning Guti. When you're shooting portraits with your on-camera flash, you don't point the flash directly at your subject. You figure out Guti, when you point it out directly, any dark scene looks like it was lit in heaven, you know. This is where it picks Guti. Yeah. You are a serious photographer, you know. You don't just shoot with whatever flash you with whatever light settings. You make the settings the way you want them to be. You manipulate, you control, you make the lighting the way you choose to be. And so at this point, you learn and understand the difference between harsh lighting and lighting that's bounced off of surfaces. You start using your flash lighting with your reflect. You learn how to use your flash lighting in conjunction with your natural light. These are the flash basics that you learn at level 5. Level 6, you figure out, wait man, this flash of mine. At level 6, you figure out, wait man, this flash comes with this interesting device called a trigger. And this trigger is meant that you put this on your camera like so. And your flash will flash remotely off camera. And so this is it, your entry into off-camera flash shooting. It's another game changer for you. You discover this is how studio portraits are able to get multiple flashes to work. You realize you can connect multiple flashes to the same trigger. You realize you can manipulate and control multiple lights. This is where you realize there are more lights than your on-camera speed light. This is when you realize the world is vast in the amounts of lights that you can use and how you can manipulate them. This is also where you discover your different light sources, your different flashes have their own modifiers. And this is where you create your own style in terms of what you want to do. And so at this level, you are able to manipulate light to your will. You control it. You are like Thor. But instead of lightning and thunder, you control the light itself. And so at this level, it's level 6. Level 7. This is when you decide what type of photographer you are. Are you focusing on studio photography? Do you like the way you use your skills in making a good portrait? Or perhaps do you do landscapes? Do you do figurines? Do you do products? This is where the world is vast. Are you going to use your skills to document weddings, matric dances? The list is endless. Corporate photography, headshots. At this level, you are your own seasoned photographer. Kush season. And this is where you start making a name for yourself. At level 7, you are the photographer that you looked up to at the first level, that you were one day thinking, how the hell do you do it? How the hell do those guys do it? This is level 7. Those are 7 levels of photography according to yours truly. Otherwise, do you agree, disagree? Let me know. Yeah, well, I'll tell you why you're wrong. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.